Hello you microcephalic addlepates, I'm going to teach you physical change versus chemical change through video games. By the end of the day you will learn something. Or you will cringe so hard you will lose brain cells. I'm betting on the second one. I advise you guys to wear earplugs during this. Viewer discretion advised. Now let's get started. First off, I'm going to show you a forest I'm burning down because I'm an arsenic maniac. Just look how beautiful it is.
Nice.
Since the trees are burning, they become a new substance known as ash. And I don't mean the Pokemon character. This is known as a chemical change because the wood is turning into ash. And since Minecraft doesn't have ash, I used gunpowder since it looks the same as ash. Look at all of the ash around me. The smell of chemical change pleases me. And no animals were harmed. Maybe. Next we're moving on to physical change. Even though the stone turns into cobblestone, it is still stone. It even has stone in its name. Its molecules haven't changed into a new substance. If you thought we were done burning wood, you are sorely mistaken. This is a chemical change because the wood is turning into charcoal, a new substance. Next we're moving on to Smite. We'll be taking a look at Agni, a god who controls fires and fumes. His two moves, Flame Waves and Path of Flames, can create an explosion when used with noxious fumes. This is a chemical change. The reason for this is because when an explosion happens, the chemical properties of the fumes and fire change. There is a violent change in the potential energy of both, making an explosion. Look how these two moves can be devastating in battle.
Wombo combo! That ain't Falco! That ain't Falco! Oh! Oh! Oh!
Now I will show you gasoline catching on fire. This is a chemical change because the heat of the bullet is hot enough to turn gasoline into fire, changing its properties. Since my friend didn't appreciate being on fire, I had to fill his head with lead. This is a physical change because he still has his ugly face. It just has a few new holes. Some things can be both a physical and a chemical change. The most common are explosives like missiles and grenades. They are a physical change because when they explode, the case still has the same properties, they just scatter. When that happens, it is called shrapnel. The way it is a chemical change is because the missile carries explosive properties. Depending on the property, the missile will explode on or near the target. When it does, the fuse inside the warhead sets off the detonator, which then causes the missile to explode.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Next I'm going to talk about how teleportation is a physical change. First I have to explain the theory of teleportation. The theory was first stated in Bennett et al. By saying that a particle in quantum state could be teleported to another distant particle. Later Matsuri Hotta stated that it may be possible to teleport energy. Later the theory was if we deconstruct humans into a molecule state, we would be able to teleport. Using this information, we can assume that this boss is doing the same. And even though we get turned into the molecule state, it would be a physical change. It is a physical change because we would be going into a molecule state, but we would still keep our genetic composition while teleporting, only a size is changing. We can assume that this is what the boss is doing. Since the room isn't that big, we can assume he is teleporting from particle to particle. He does this to keep the player guessing his next attack. Also, every boss and character has a thing called mana. Mana is magical energy stored in the user's body. Magic users use that mana and convert it to a spell, which is a chemical change because they are using the mana to convert it into physical things that can be used to hurt their enemies. The boss brother uses this to create magical spheres that track and hurt his enemies. I may have underestimated how long this clip and my explanation of teleportation would be.
Nope. Nope.
I hope you guys enjoy me beating Lothric's cheeks. Now that is over, we can move on to the next topic. This boss has a sword that leaves a flame trail every time he swings it. This is most likely due to the wind resistance in his swings. He is swinging so fast that he is causing a heat reaction with the air molecules. The reason this happens is the friction turns kinetic energy into thermal energy, causing a chemical change. This can only happen when something is going fast enough, generally Mach 25. This is why everything burns on entry in Earth. And obviously the boss isn't swinging faster than Sonic the Hedgehog. We just have to assume he is because the sword is leaving a fire trail.
And this
What's he doing?
is to go even further beyond!
As you just saw, the boss used an explosion to attack me. That was him using his mana. Since it was energy before and now a physical thing that I can get hurt by, it is a chemical change. And since there was no casing, it was just a chemical change. I did the same thing as the last. I underestimated how long it would take. On the plus side, you get to see Soul of Cinder take me to the bone zone. The lightning Soul of Cinder summons and throws up in the air is both chemical change and physical change. It's a chemical change because he is converting his mana by giving it new properties. Those properties being that of lightning. It's a physical change because even though it multiplies, it keeps the same properties as before.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Nice.
I hope you guys learned something. If you have, I'm proud of you. Not really. If you lost some brain cells, then I win.